For tonight's Catholic High School Spotlight, I'm joined by Central Catholic's boys basketball coach, Mike Floyd. Mike, thanks so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, with Central Catholic just finishing a state championship run, how many of those players are you waiting to get back for your basketball team?
Oh yeah, we had a handful of players, both from the JV and the varsity level. So we kind of just held off, just scheduled games a little bit later than probably everybody else, just so those guys can come back and have a full basketball season.
And of your starters, you guys were a pretty young team last year. You were returning 4 starters, none of them seniors. How are we looking so far this year?
It's been a pretty productive preseason for us. Even though we're missing some of those football guys, we were able to scrimmage and kind of challenge ourselves against some pretty good teams. Went down to Columbus for a trip and played some good teams down there. So I've been pretty happy with how we performed so far. I think the experience that those guys gained last year has really helped, and I think they're really excited to, get the year started and get going this week.
Who do you see contributing minutes and points this year?
We got a number of guys. I think, any given night we could maybe have somebody out different kind of lead us in scoring. A lot of people are talking about Isaiah Mack Russell, returner, highly touted recruit. He's going to be a sophomore, or he is a sophomore, and then Manny Johnson, he's a junior as well. Those two are, those people, a lot of people talk about those two guys first. But we got a number of different guys as well that have been playing really well. Caden Carruthers, Caden Kennard, Kylan Hornbeek, Dre Wardrop. Those guys have kind of been with us, throughout this whole preseason. So, we're excited to get going and, add those football guys in as well. Trayvon was with us last year and started pretty much from the halfway point on as well. So, looking forward to it.
You talked about lessons learned from last year. Tough conference, tough schedule. What can you guys apply from last year to this year to kind of have a better season?
Yeah, going into a new league and a league as tough as the Catholic High School League, playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores, we knew there was going to be a lot of growing pains. A couple of teams really took it to us. So we were able to kind of learn from those. And then there were some games we were competitive in and we had opportunities to win, but we just didn't get it done down the stretch. So I think it's just when you have that type of experience and have young guys, I think the next year, using that experience as a learning lesson and focusing more in on the details and the execution in the late game situations will be very important for us this year.
Your guys' season opener is this week against Michigan's Catholic Central. What have you seen from that team that you have to look for?
Oh, they're big, they're strong, they're physical. They have some really good guard play. And just like every other team in our league, you're playing scholarship level guys every night. So they're well coached, and they play really good defense. They're going to get after us a little bit, make it tough for us to, really get in the lane and play from the paint out. So it's just going to be kind of like I said, every team in our league is just like that. So there's no off nights in this league, and it's something that we look forward to and a challenge that we're kind of embracing. And if our guys can come out and match that physicality and kind of play our brand of basketball, I think we can be competitive in those games.
And we look forward to seeing that brand of basketball Friday night. Thank you so much for coming in, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.